How's it going, Zuli? How we doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How did you start in the music industry?
Playing shows, I feel like, was my first way of getting in. I started playing music with a lot of my best friends and stuff, and we played shows, and then I got into writing songs and recording and all of that, and then eventually I started wanting to focus really on songwriting, so I started my own solo project, and then that's when things started really snowballing and happening and stuff, and just through the love of playing and singing and, things like that is how I really started getting into songwriting.
Alrighty. What made you feel in love with music when you first started?
I think just like the energy of it. For me, I resonate with music in a really emotional way, and the way I feel is such a big part of what I do. And when things resonate with me, that's usually the thing I feel first. So that's probably the thing that made me fall in love with it. But then, as I got deeper and deeper into it, I found more things to fall in love with, and it's the best.
Alrighty. You recently dropped an album and you call it "Stop It, God." Why you name it that way?
So I named the album "Stop It, God" because I was struggling with my self-perception with social media and technology, and I kind of, feel like sometimes the way we want to be perceived online and how it can feel like we're the center of the universe, the way we use social media and stuff. I don't know. All of that felt like very apparent to me and something I was reflecting on a lot. And, the title and like everything that's in the album was kind of like, taking yourself off that pedestal and kind of like realizing that, there's so much more to life and, trying to break away from that mentality.
Alrighty. I found your first album on Spotify, and I noticed that you took 6 years to drop another one, second album. Why you took it so long?
It actually wasn't 6 years. So I think you're talking about Better All the Time, right?
Yes.
So that came out in 2015, and then my first album came out in 2017.
Okay.
That was called On Human Freakout Mountain, if you haven't checked it out. But, so that came out in 2017, and then there was this big gap for multiple reasons, honestly. One of them being I was having a lot of difficulties with the business side, where I was, in legal troubles and problems with the label I was working with, and trying to, make everybody happy. They weren't excited about what I was doing, and I wasn't excited about working and things like that. So it ended up being this fight for a while, and I had to go through the ringer kind of to make this music and stuff. So eventually it got put out, and then of course once the album was ready to come out, COVID happened, and we weren't sure how to put it out and things like that. So multiple things on top of just like touring and things like that, like kind of getting in the way of being in the studio.
Alrighty. What inspired the track "Better All the Time"? Because it sounds like very personal.
It was the day I met my girlfriend, who I'm currently still with. If you believe it or not. Yeah, it was just I think both of us, when we had met, we had bonded over feeling uncomfortable and things weren't right in our lives and stuff. And from that day forward, it felt like things were getting better. And you can guess why I named the song that.
Yeah. What's the message you want your music to inspire other people?
Say it one more time?
The message that you're trying to send on your music.
I think there's a lot. I mean, I think the overall is to be yourself, follow your joy. I think I'm a very philosophical, reflective kind of guy. So I think that, I like to kind of put that mirror on in my music and things like that. And maybe people can ask some deeper questions and things like that. But ultimately, I hope people just feel seen, feel heard, enjoy the music, and have something they can think about a little bit, but also have a good time too.
Okay. I didn't notice no collaboration on the album "Stop It, God." Why was no collaboration?
So there actually was, in terms of two of my best friends, Air Atlantica and TK the Architect, are two producers who I've worked with on multiple singles and things like that, and TK has helped me with all the albums I put out and stuff. So that's the collaboration that has usually gone down in making my music and making the albums, of fine-tuning, drums and, certain tones and things like that, getting the vocal performances right. That's usually the collaboration I've got. But yeah, no features or anything like that. I'm not saying I would never do it, but for me at this moment, and at least for like the things I've done previously, everything's been so personal. It didn't feel like necessary or like that was gonna like really bring the charge home. But I'm always open. I've had some people sing background on some songs and stuff too. That always is nice. So
yeah. So what's next? Are you gonna continue dropping singles, or you gonna do another album?
So I think I'm gonna do some singles. I want to break it up a little bit, especially because of what I recently told you. It was a long time where I had this album and I was like waiting to put it out and things. So I think right now I'm just like feeling good and feeling inspired and just want to get music out to people faster. So I'm thinking a couple singles, but who knows? Some of that stuff might end up on an album or an EP or what. So I'm just excited to be putting music out. So that's what I want to do.
Awesome. How did you describe this past month in 2021? Is it better than last year?
Yeah, but it's been busy. I feel like everyone is trying to get 2 summers into one right now. It's been like crazy, but it's been really good, man. And I've been, really inspired, and I've been like, really taking care of business and stuff. So I've been very happy.
Alrighty. Is it difficult to grow in the music business in New York, since there's too many talented people going at each other?
I don't think because of New York. I think the internet makes it more difficult because, keeping up with social media and things like that can be like so much work and it's like very difficult. But honestly, being in New York has just like opened me up to so much more music and so many people and things like that I wouldn't have it any other way. I think, establishing myself here and getting everything together has been amazing.
What would you do different than everybody else in the music?
That's a good question. I think that what I do different is I think that, take this how you will, but I think I'm unapologetically me a lot. And I think that means that I'm not afraid to, change genres or do things that excite me and, things like that. I also think that, something that I hear a lot from the fans and stuff is like, I have a very open dialogue with my fans and I'm always like messaging with people and chatting and like, I'm happy to talk,
Yeah.
So things like that, I think that's something also that like I think a lot of people appreciate, and I do it just because I appreciate them listening and I appreciate people connecting with the music. So I'm always happy to chat. I hope that there's a day where I can't keep up. Obviously, like I know certain artists it's not possible to do something like that, but for the time being and like that, like I'm always down to like chat and like say what up.
When I heard the song "Better All the Time," I knew instantly that I had to repost it. Because I like the song all the way.
Oh, thank you so much, man. It's so amazing that like you connected that one. That one is so special to me, as I told you.
Yeah, like, I like the message on the song, and I was like, oh, let me repost it back in the blog so people or my fans could hear it.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, thank you for sharing. It really goes such a long way.
Yeah. So, any message that you would tell up-and-coming artists just like yourself that nobody told you when you was growing in the music?
Yeah, I think there's a couple. I would say to not overthink it. I think to like, be as like present and like out there as much as you can. Like don't wait. Don't sit on a bunch of material and like wait for the perfect moment. You got to just put it out. I would say like really, really get comfortable with, being on your computer and, making demos and songs and trying to do as many as you possibly can and things like that. I think that's something that took me a while to really like get comfortable with and learn.
Exactly.
And to have fun, honestly, it's like, that's why you do this. It's like, you do it for yourself and you hope that other people
like
connect with it. And so like, not take it too seriously, even though like, it seems at times that you need to.
When are we going to see the next project?
I'm hoping for the fall.
Alrighty.
I'm thinking something's going to come in the fall. But, I can't guarantee anything yet. Like I said, I got a very busy summer right now, so I'm trying to squeeze it all in, but hopefully the fall.
Alrighty. Well, appreciate having you having the time to talk to me, and I hope the next time you drop a project, we could talk about the project and let the people know.
Yeah, that'd be great. Keep in touch and let me know when this all goes up. And thank you so much for having me.
Alrighty, have a good night. And I know you have a busy schedule, so thank you for having me here.
Oh no problem, man. We'll talk soon. Appreciate it so much.
Alrighty, have a good night.
You too.